So a couple years ago I made a video of this garden bed, put it on my YouTube channel, and since it's gotten a lot of views and a lot of questions about how I made it, the dimensions, different things like that. And so I wanted to make this quick follow-up video just to show you what I've done differently over the past growing seasons, how it's held up, and answer some of the questions, the most common questions that I've gotten about this garden bed. Let's check it out. So if you haven't seen the build garden video yet, you can click the link above. I'll put that there so you can see the context of this video first of all. So this thing has held up really well over the past couple years. I haven't really covered it up in the winter seasons. It's been out in the elements for 2 years solid, but I've had no issues. The wire mesh has held up great, stapling them to the sides of the boards. The legs have, I thought I would have to replace the legs at some point, but I haven't had to do that yet. They haven't rotted or anything. I have used the pressure washer on this at each spring before I use it to grow in, so I've done that twice. Other than that, it's held up really well. Now I'm going to answer some of the most common questions I've had about this, and the first one is, how is everything with drainage? When I initially built this, I used landscape fabric and I put soil on top of that. And to be very honest, the fabric held way too much water, which a lot of you in the comments told me that would happen. So I tried that first year, I tried putting holes in the bottom of the fabric. Still didn't really allow for that much drainage. So this past growing season, I tried a different soil and I still had kind of the same issue. I was still trying to use the fabric. And so what I've seen a lot in the comments and what I'm going to do for this growing season, which I think will solve all the issues I had with moisture, is I'm going to add gravel to the bottom of this, not even use fabric at all, and then put the soil on top of that to allow for proper drainage. So I haven't tested this yet, but I believe this is going to solve my issues with it holding too much water. The next question I get asked all the time on this is, what are the dimensions? So I'm going to put the build article for this garden bed that I actually made a couple years ago. I'll link that down in the description. That shows you the step-by-step if you want to read it. I also put a cut list in the description here so you can see how many of each size you need. But the overall dimensions of this, the 4x4 legs are 30 inches long. The end boards right here, these end boards are 24 inches, and then these are just shy of 48 inches to make the overall 48, which is 4 feet by 2 feet, and then the legs are 30 inches. Just to give you kind of a rough of what that is, but again, I'll put the cut list down in the description so you can see all of that and make plans to make your own. Also, these boards under here are also 24 inches. I put in the build article that I only needed one of the 1x4 to put along the bottom. But I did add an extra one that was not cedar. So if that confused you, it did confuse a lot of people. How did you get that many cuts out of that one board? I used an extra piece, so that's kind of answering that question as well. The next question I get asked a lot is the cost. How much did this cost? I don't exactly remember. This was a couple years ago, but I know it was under $100. I believe it was between $50 and $80 for all of the cedar and then the Douglas fir legs. The next question I get asked a lot is, can't you use walmanized or pressure treated lumber instead of the cedar? My answer to that is yes, you can. I've read a lot about how the chemicals in the pressure treated lumber aren't good for growing. However, I've heard a lot of people say that it doesn't affect that at all. I've also had people say that the fabric that you put in the bottom is just as bad as the pressure treated. So I leave that for your decision. It is cheaper to buy pressure treated lumber for this. I chose not to do that because cedar is more of a natural thing, and it withstands the rot the best without being pressure treated. That's why I chose cedar. But you can use that if you prefer. That's why I didn't. So those are the main questions I get asked several times over and over, and I hope I answered those all right. If not, you can just leave me another question and I'll try to clear it up. But I'm going to read a couple of comments from other questions that kind of are different than those, just in case other people are wondering. This one says, is there any need to punch holes in the fabric for drainage? Again, I tried that, didn't have any luck. So Jake asks, did you keep this on the concrete slab? Wondering how it worked out if you left it above the concrete. For both growing seasons, I did have this on the concrete slab. It didn't really affect anything. It got a little bit dirty underneath from where the soil kind of bled off, but I just kept spraying it off throughout the year and it was fine. In the winter, I do push it up against the house. It's open to the elements, but it was fine on concrete, to answer that question. Joe is asking about the 1x4 boards underneath. Since they're mounted underneath, are there any concerns with gravity and weight or warping those boards. To my experience, I've had no issues with those boards dragging or sagging or warping or anything like that. They've been fine, and if they do, you can replace them really easily. So it's not been an issue. The mesh that I have inside has seemed to hold the weight pretty well, and then the boards just help support that. Again, no issues, but you can always replace them. I've had some other people asking about how much soil to put in the garden bed, and just found a comment from the Packet Narc. Thanks so much for adding this comment, which basically did all the math to figure out how many cubic feet this is and how much soil you would need to fill it. And the answer is 4 cubic feet of soil. According to this comment, each bag is about 1.5 cubic feet, so that means you'd need about 3.5 bags, 3 bags to fill this up. So that's your answer. Matt asks if you can put cucumbers in this, and which brings up another question, is what all can you put in this? And as far as cucumbers tend to take over the world when it comes to growing, so you could put one maybe patch of cucumbers, but it's probably going to take over the entire thing. I would stick with like lettuce, with herbs, things that are smaller that you can just kind of have right there in front of you. I mean, you can change the size and make it a little bit larger if you wanted, or if you wanted to do a couple tomato plants, they would stretch a little bit higher. But to answer the cucumber question, that might be a little overkill for this, but yeah, never know until you try, right? So I hope this was helpful to some of you that watched the video. Maybe you had some questions. Hopefully this answered some of your questions. Again, comment below if you have any further questions, but go check out the build article. It has a cut list. It has all the things that you'll need to know to build this. Just trying to be helpful to you all. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.